What's going on, everybody? It's your boy J Mang back checking in with the people, back with another video. And today I wanted to talk about this rumor. Take it with a grain of salt. This is just a rumor about The Last of Us Part 2 multiplayer or Factions 2 multiplayer, whatever the hell you want to call it at this point. About that multiplayer being free to play. Now, to be honest, I really shouldn't even be making this video because Naughty Dog hasn't given us no concrete gameplay yet. We don't even know when the damn thing is coming out. But I felt like this topic was important to touch on because it is going to be about how we are going to access the game and what that may come with. So I did want to talk about this rumor. Again, take it with a grain of salt, but about the game being free to play. Now, this comes all by way of a job ad. There was a job ad that was posted, and the guys over at Reddit and all these forums, they went dumpster diving, they found this, and they noticed something at the bottom of the job ad. And I wanna pull it up, but this is a job ad here, typical job summary about joining the team at Naughty Dog, looking for a live ops producer. So that's somebody that's going to be handling the live operations for games and stuff like that, multiplayer title. And down at the bottom, as you can see, I highlighted it. They're looking for someone who has a proven experience in the production role supporting a AAA free-to-play live title. Now, this kind of shows that, there might be some free-to-play aspect going on here with this multiplayer title that they're working on at Naughty Dog. And we all know they're working on the Factions 2, as I'm going to call it. Now, I do think this is kind of a reach because of where this is listed at in the job title, in the job summary. This is all the way at the bottom, under bonus skills, which means it's not even a requirement to have in order to apply for this position. Now, to me, if this wasn't going to be a free-to-play title, you would think that they would want to keep adding people who have experience with free-to-play titles. But the fact that this is listed as a bonus skill makes me think that maybe there's a future plan for this game to have free-to-play aspects, but not right away. And that way, it's not that important for you to have that aspect under your belt when joining the team to work on this game. Now, could they already have somebody that has a lot of experience with free-to-play titles on board? True. But I think at this point, if they're still hiring for something on a game that hasn't been released yet, they want somebody who has an experience on what that game is going to be focusing on. And this doesn't seem like it's going to be focusing on free-to-play right away. But just speaking on the free-to-play aspect of the game, if the game is free-to-play, I'm of two minds with this free-to-play stuff. My big issue with free-to-play is the access to the game. A lot of times you see when games go free-to-play, especially we know that this is going to be a PC title as well, day and date, you run into some cheaters. And that doesn't make any game fun. And not saying that there ain't cheaters on consoles, but we all know the access that cheaters have on PC is larger. So when it's free to play and they have access, I worry about that kind of stuff with cheaters. Hopefully they have some great anti-cheat. But also with free to play titles come the microtransaction system. Because I expect whether they charge $60 or $70 for this game or free to play, there to be a microtransaction system in place. But when a game is free, that's when the microtransactions tend to be a little bit more egregious. Sometimes a lot of bit more egregious because they're trying to find any and every way to earn that money back that they spent on development plus more. Whereas you're paying for an entry, the hope is that you're paying for an entry and the microtransactions don't have to be so egregious, or the grind to get those items that you can either pay for or earn doesn't have to be so egregious because you already paid for the title. So that's where the concern comes in with this. Naughty Dog, the fact that this is Naughty Dog developing this game doesn't make my worries any better. They've been known to have egregious microtransactions in games, some even being, pay to win, depending on your skill set in a game, especially Factions 1. Like, we all know about the tactical shotgun being one of the cheapest guns to ever be implemented in a game. And you had to pay for that. So you had to pay for something that was so cheap and, ruined the experience for some. So that makes me nervous about this game being free to play. But where I don't think this game will be free to play, because I'm going to side on that it's not going to be free to play. I have my concerns if it is free to play, but I'm going to side that it's not going to be free to play. When Neil Druckmann first talked about this game, he mentioned that this is going to be as big as any of their single player games, in some ways bigger. Now, we all know how much money and time Naughty Dog spends on their single player projects. So when I look at what they've developed already, and I hear a multiplayer game that's going to have a lot of story to it, new characters, they're telling about different locations within the Last of Us universe, to me, that doesn't sound like it's going to be free. That sounds like they're going to want you to spend some money at least to get in the door. Now, could it be a situation where it's like Halo Infinite, where you had to pay for the single player aspect, or it was in the service, and the multiplayer PvP portion was free? I can see that happening. I can definitely see that happening. But I think they're going to want to have this as a complete package paid for, and maybe somewhere down the line, or if they feel like they need to get more people on board, they'll open up the gates where the PvP portion is free. Because I can see this also being like a Destiny style game, where they're going to have expansions with new story missions and stuff like that to keep this live service game going, as well as the PvP having new maps and new modes and new guns and weapons and stuff like that. So I think on both sides, they're going to want to keep this thing live as a live service, and to do that, as well as spending money on the game before it comes out, I think there's going to be some type of payment to get in the door here with this Factions 2, as I call it. So, yeah, man, that's just like really what I think about it. I don't think it'll be free to play. Can I see it being free to play? Yeah, a portion of it at least, the PvP portion. The PvE, I think it's going to be something that you have to pay to get. But I do want to know what you guys think about this in the comments. Do you feel like this is a reach in terms of, kind of like confirming that it's free to play based on this job title? Do you feel like it'll be a free to play title? Do you feel like it'll be something you have to pay for to enter? Let me know. Rate the video, of course. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll catch y'all on my next one. Peace.